I don't think I was a good player until between my junior and senior year. I played in Lakewood High School. They had a scout league. Jesse Flores, the scout who signed me in 1969 out of San Diego High School. And then Dick Winsick, a former pitcher for the Dodgers. He would come out on weekends. We talked about the control, all that stuff. So my mind was always working. I always picked apart other pitchers. I watched. My dad was a huge Dodger fan. He loved Frank Howard. And I got to tell this story, Todd, because I know you've probably heard it. Maybe some of the viewers haven't. But my first major league game was in Washington, D.C., 1970, early June. And Frank Howard was in the lineup. Ted Williams was the manager of the Senators back then. I was with the Minnesota Twins. My first major league game, my first hitter I ever faced was a guy named Lee May, left-handed hitter. I got to count the ball to 3-2. We scored a run in the first inning, so I had a 1-0 lead. My sixth pitch of that inning was a fastball away, a 3-2 pitch to Lee May, and he hit it over the right field fence for a home run, which tied the game. But my first major league hitter, 19 years old, took me deep. And again, who batted third in that lineup was Frank Howard. And Frank Howard, if you look back at how big a man he was, and as Lee May was rounding the bases, I thought, oh my goodness, if Lee May, who stood about 6'1", hits a ball that far, how far is Frank Howard going to hit one that stood at 6'8", But we ended up winning 2-1 is the only run that I allowed. I went 7 innings. I remember that line score, 5 hits, I think 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Ron Perodowski picked up the save the last 2 innings, not like relievers today. He went 2 innings to pick up the save, and I won 2-1. Well, we didn't have the cell phones back then. You got to wait till after the ball game to call mom and dad, which I did right as soon as I got into my hotel room. And they already had heard that I won my first major league game. So I'm talking to my mother in her Dutch accent, and all of a sudden my dad gets on the phone, and again, he loved Frank Howard, just the big, big man. So finally we're talking a little bit. He said, congratulations in his Dutch accent, and we're talking a little bit, and finally he says, well, son, how did Frank Howard do against you? I said, Dad, 0 for 3, and I struck him out once. Dad, he hung up on me. He wanted Frank Howard to take me deep. But then it just, so many great memories playing a game of baseball, so many great people that I watched. But